Hey guys, happy Wednesday. I hope you guys had a great Tuesday. Remember, you have a homework assignment today due on Wednesday by 11:59 p.m. and it's due over only multiplying polynomials. So last week we talked about adding and subtracting. Today we talked about multiplying. The major things when you're multiplying, we'll go back to the problem we did on Monday, is when I'm multiplying, I'm really just distributing. And when I'm distributing, I multiply together my coefficients and numbers in front of the variable, just like normal numbers. And when the variables are the same and I'm multiplying, I might add exponents, okay? Also, if there's no exponent on a variable, there's an imaginary one there. I strongly suggest you put that there. So what we're gonna do today is do like the last few problems on the worksheet that we haven't talked about yet, okay? So let's do the first one. The first one is x plus 2 squared, okay? The mistake a lot of people are gonna be is gonna say x squared plus 4, we're done. No, a squared means to write it twice. 3 squared is like 3 times 3, right? 2 squared is 2 times 2. So the number up here actually says, okay, hold on, write this binomial twice. So that gives me x plus 2, x plus 2. Okay, so whenever you see a binomial squared, don't distribute, write the binomial twice. And then from here, I'm gonna fix up my x's. So I'm gonna put a 1 here, a 1 here, a 1 here, and a 1 here. Because I wanna know those numbers are all there. And then I'm gonna start distributing just like yesterday. So I take this 1x and I multiply it to both terms over there. So 1x times 1x is 1. X and x gives me x squared because 1 plus 1 is 2. 1x times 2 is 2x to the first. I'm going to keep that 1 there, just keep things consistent for me. Now what I do is I look and say, okay, I've done the first term, right? So now what do? Well, I do the second term. So I take this 2 and I distribute as well. So 2 times x is 2x to the first, okay? And then 2 times 2 is 4. Once I get to here, I want to see if I can combine like terms, just like we did with adding last week. So I'm going to do my lines underneath to keep it easy. So here's my x squared. Here's everything with an x. And here is every constant, my number without a variable. So nothing combines with that x squared. 2x plus 2x. So when I'm adding, I just add the coefficients and numbers in front of the variables. I just bring the variable along with me. So I have 2 x's here and 2 x's here. I have a total of 4 x's. And then that 4 stays by itself. So that would be my process there. I would separate up the binomial and the 2, and then I would do exactly what I did yesterday. I would just distribute them all the way through, and then combine like terms if possible. It's not always possible to combine like terms, and that's okay. But if I can't, I want to, and then I finish my answer. Okay? So let's do one more problem. This problem is not on the worksheet, but you will see it on the test. You will see more problems like this on the next worksheet when we start talking about dividing and up, and multiplying a little bit. So let's say I have this problem here. I have 2x to the first minus 1, 3x squared plus 2x to the first plus 3. This seems a little overwhelming, like what the heck am I going to do here, right? You have enough information, you got this. So what I'm going to do is take that 2x, and instead of distributing it to 2 terms, I'm just going to multiply it by all 3. Really no big deal, okay? So when I do that, I get 2x times 3x squared, which is 6x to the third power, right? 2x times 2x gives me 4x squared, and 2x times 3 is 6x to the first. Okay? So then once I've done that one, I've done the 2x, so now what do? I take the second one and I distribute that to everything. So now I'm going to take this -1 and multiply by that all 3 terms. So the only difference here, instead of multiplying it by 2, you're multiplying it by 3, but you're doing the same process, okay? So -1 times 3x squared is just -3x squared. -1 times 2x is -2x to the first. I like to put the 1 there. And then -1 times 3 is -3, okay? So then from here, what I'm going to do is just combine like terms, just like I did on the last problem, just like I always try to do. So I have x cubed here. I have an x squared here and an x squared here. I have a x here and an x here, and then I have a constant here. Again, I like to put those little markings under the variables so that I know which ones to combine, and I can cross off as I go to make sure I do them all. So nothing goes with the 6x cubed, so I'm going to write it down, okay? And I can cross off as I go if it makes it easier. And then I have a 4x squared minus 3x squared. So I have 4 x's, I take 3 away, that means I have 1x squared left. Now I'm going to look at my 2 x's. I have 6x, or my x's, sorry. I have 6x and negative 2x, so I have $6, I spend $2, I still have $4, okay? And then there's nothing to go with that negative 3, so I'm just going to bring it down, and that's my answer. So even though I was multiplying, this is called a binomial by a trinomial, the umbrella is just polynomials, the process is the same, I'm always just distributing through, okay? If you have questions, make sure you get on Zoom. If not, this assignment's due by 11:59 on Wednesday. Hope to see you guys on Zoom, and we're going to start dividing on Thursday. Have a wonderful afternoon. Thanks for stopping by, guys.